Welcome to Get Started Investing. Today we are tackling a topic inspired by a question from one of our community members, Austin. My name is Bryce, and to chat through it is my equity buddy, Ren. How are you going?
I'm very good, Bryce. I'm very excited for this episode. We are talking about perhaps one of the more frustrating parts of investing, something that certainly annoys a lot of people, and that is the paperwork.
Yes, as we said in the intro, this was inspired by Austin, so let's listen to his question.
Hey Bryce and Ren, I've always got my dividend payments in paper form and I've always wanted to know what I should keep. Is there a way to digitalize it to save me getting lots of mail? Thanks, love the podcast, keep up the good work.
Yes, paperwork. Well, firstly, thank you to Austin for the question. If you would like to ask us a question, there's a link in the show notes to leave a voice note. We love and prioritize questions that come from voice notes.
Yeah.
We love hearing you guys. So
now, to help us answer Austin's question, I've brought a set of props. For people watching on YouTube, you can see this is just a sample of the paperwork that you get as an investor. And this is all really from the last year or so. So you can see there's a lot of paperwork that comes.
This is your paperwork.
Yeah. Was that not clear?
No, you just said you bought props.
Oh, okay.
This is literal paperwork that you've received from your investing journey. You haven't just bought a handful of paper. We all know what paper looks like.
No, this is real life, frustrating investing paperwork that we're going to work through today and talk about what you get and what you need to do with it. So let's start with a clarifying point. Not everyone gets paperwork.
No. Can't believe we're doing a full episode on paperwork.
All right, well, Bryce is losing it over here, so I'm going to keep going.
Not everyone gets paperwork. No, it depends on your broker, Ren.
Yes. If you have a CHESS-sponsored broker in Australia, it means that your investments are held in your name and you do get paperwork. If you have a custodial broker, be it a custodial broker in Australia, which is the same model overseas, all overseas brokers are custodial, then you won't get this paperwork because the shares are held in the custodian's name, not in your own name.
Yes.
So that's a clarifying point because some people might be thinking, never got a piece of paperwork in my life. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Must be nice.
Must be nice. So the next question is, what paperwork is Austin getting? What can we expect to receive?
So firstly, you get paperwork when you make an investment, generally in two ways. The first is a lovely welcoming letter telling you thank you for investing and telling you that you should register online through the share registry.
I mean, lovely might be an overstatement. It does start with, dear valued shareholder.
Nice, come on.
I welcome you as a shareholder and hope you enjoy the long-term benefits of being a shareholder in the company.
Nice.
So that's nice. But you can see here, I've blacked out all the important information, but it basically just tells you to go to the link and register your holdings.
Did you do it?
No.
Okay. Then you get a letter confirming your bank details and contact information, again from the share registry.
I won't unfold that one, but a second letter. Don't know why they couldn't just put both in the same envelope and send them, but it's a separate one confirming your bank details and your email address.
Yeah, so this is from the registry, making sure that all of your information is available so that they can continue to correspond company information with you via post.
It's ironic that they confirm your email and they keep sending you letters.
Yeah.
But when you do register your holdings, you can go and update your preferences to email rather than post.
Yes.
And then you'll get less paperwork.
The only reason, one of the major reasons that I believe you should do this, it's because this is where you set up dividend reinvestment plan information. If you don't register and get in, then you can't set up dividend reinvestment plans. It's all done through your share registry.
So that's the paperwork you get when you buy a share. When you are an investor, you will also get more paperwork. Really, in a nutshell, it's when there's any corporate action. So if you get paid a dividend or anything like that.
To Austin's point, getting dividend statements.
And if you sell, you'll get a confirmation of selling. And then if there's any relevant company information, i.e. there's an annual meeting and there's a vote that you as a shareholder can participate in.
Yes.
They're kind of the main ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I've never participated in a vote when they sent my way. Always felt my voice wouldn't count.
Yeah. Fair. That's a separate conversation. Also, if you change your details on your broker, sometimes you'll get a letter confirming that. Yeah. So look, there's a lot of paperwork. The question becomes, the questions are what's relevant? What do I need to do? What do I need to keep? But before then, let's just cover off why companies send so much paperwork. When your bank, your work, the Australian government, tax office all feel it's okay to just email you, why is this the last vestige of paper-based correspondence?
So it's all driven by the ASX, Australian Securities Exchange. They require that documents are sent in paper form.
Yes.
And that is because it's a security measure.
Yeah. If someone's hacked your brokerage account, you'll know if you're still getting paper-based confirmations of everything.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't make that trade.
The question becomes, if someone's hacked your bank account, Commonwealth Bank don't feel the need to send you paper-based letters, but that is a separate conversation.
That is a separate conversation.
Now, when we were researching this episode, we came across the ASX electronic CHESS statements portal, which in theory is meant to replace the paper-based forms and send these statements electronically. It launched a couple of years ago. Apparently, all the brokers have to opt your account in, but as far as we can tell, no one actually uses it. And I actually tried to ask a few people that work in the brokerage world what the go is with it and didn't get any responses. So,
Nice.
A genuine question why it's not used more. Is it a problem with it? Anyway, but that exists.
Okay, well, brokers, get on it because we're sick of the paperwork. Now, I think more importantly, though, Ren, is if we're faced with piles of paperwork, Austin wanted to know in his question as well, what is actually worth keeping here? What is worth paying attention to? What is worth ripping up and throwing in the recycling bin?
Well, part of me thinks it's all worth ripping up after you digitize it, but I think, like, in a nutshell, what you need as an investor is a record of what you paid, what you got, like how many shares you got, what you got paid when you sold, and then anything you got paid along the way, like any dividends, and then any transaction costs.
Yeah.
They're probably like the key bits of information you need.
Yeah, it has your HIN numbers on there. I would suggest writing those down.
Yes, but your HIN will be the same if you're buying through the same broker.
Yeah, if you have different brokers, sorry.
Yeah,
write that down because what you don't want to do, time and time again, this has happened to me and also community members, is you throw it all out, then 6 months later you go to log into your registry and you don't have the information at hand.
Yes.
So either make the call that you're never going to log into a share registry, which we don't recommend doing, or log in, register, note down those details, and then from there you can safely discard of your information.
Yeah. Now, look, the thing is, all that information that I said there, the things you need to report to the tax office and stuff like that, your broker will also have that information, what you bought, how many shares you got, that kind of stuff. The problem is there are some instances where you might need your actual CHESS holding statements. And when we were researching this episode, one example that I came across was an investor was trying to transfer their holdings from Raise to a CHESS-sponsored broker. They're trying to transfer their holdings between brokers, and the broker wanted to see a CHESS holding statement.
Yeah.
So there are perhaps some isolated examples where you might just need that paperwork.
Yeah, you can ring the share registers if you need that.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can ring them and they can provide that. Again, you have to go through security measures, but they can provide that sort of information.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we do when we get the paperwork, because I think I think I've got a pretty good system.
What, bring them into the office? Doesn't look like it. It seems like you keep them. Your system's just a binner.
Well, no, I haven't binned it, clearly, because I've got it all here.
Yeah. I don't know what your system is.
I keep it in a drawer. All right, well, what's your system? Then I'll talk about mine.
To be honest, up until a recent purchase where I did it through a HIN broker, I don't receive a whole lot of paperwork at the moment because majority of my investing is done through a custodial broker. I haven't. Recently, as I said, I did do some, and as soon as I got it, set up my registry and threw it out.
Okay.
I do set up everything in the registry, change the passwords, make sure that I can access it when I want it, and it's all available.
But wait, you don't have access to the registry if you're doing a custodial broker?
No. This was through a recent one through a HIN broker.
Okay.
Through a stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do about that paperwork?
As I said, I got it, set it up, threw it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't need to keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's all digital now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I take the two-pronged approach of...
You take photos of all of yours, don't you?
Yeah. My view is digitize that as quickly as possible. Don't leave a pile of paper in a drawer somewhere. And I think people that have like 3-ring binders full of this stuff, too much. You're doing too much.
Yeah.
So for me, it's either take a photo of it or cam scan it. Or if you have an old school scanner, scan it the old school way. And then label the information clearly, like Cochlear 17th of June buy, or like dividend, or something that's searchable, and then stash it in a folder somewhere on your computer. Not confident in the knowledge, 98% of the time you'll never need to go into that folder again, but then get rid of the paper. I also think for me, it's like things where it's like, we want to confirm your bank details. Don't scan that. Just get rid of it. Don't need it. It's only when it's like something that has information about like your CHESS holdings. Keep it.
That's an interesting point, because when I've logged into Stake recently, who are HIN, they've actually, and I'm not sure if it's because of the brokers, but they've actually made me confirm all of that digitally, which was nice.
Okay.
So bank details, address, everything. And I don't know if it's for them or if it's for comms with
I reckon it's
their
probably for
registers,
them.
but that was nice.
Yeah, that is nice. So look, I think the takeaway for us is like, there's an isolated chance that you need this paperwork. As you said earlier, which I actually didn't realize, you can just call the registry and get them to reissue it.
Yeah.
But you may as well just find an easy way to store it on the off chance you need it, but you don't really.
Yeah, it's not easy though as well, because again, they're tight on security, because you can't just ring up and be like, send me my HIN.
Yeah.
So everything has to match. If your addresses and IDs and everything, that's why you need to, it can be tricky.
No, here's how tight they are on security. When you first register for an account with like Computershare or any of these registries, you register online, you confirm your email, you do normal account creation setup. And then if you want to change any of your details, you have to wait for a paper-based letter to come with a confirmation code, which you then put in, and then you can update your details, or your communication preferences and stuff like that. No one else does that.
No. Anyway, thank you, Austin, for your question. I can't believe we did 16 minutes on paperwork, but now for anyone who is interested in what paperwork they're receiving, what they should do with it, we're going to send them this episode.
Yeah, and look, we've had a laugh at the share registries, but I think it is actually the ASX that make the registries do this. So if you have an email that you want to write about the paperwork, I think it's best directed towards the ASX.
If you want to ask a question and leave a voice note, there'll be a link in the show notes for you to do that seamlessly, effortlessly, and easily. I don't know how many other synonyms I could put in there, but we would love to hear from you. We love hearing community voices and your questions, so make sure you hit us up in the link.
Well, look, that brings us to the end of the episode. If you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening in markets, make sure you're subscribed to our daily news brief. The link to that is also in our show notes. Till next time, thanks for watching.